Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning to you all, and happy Saturday to you. Happy Saturday. Today is June 28th. Beautiful day. I always come on here, usually in the morning now, and I always tell you what a beautiful day it is here in the South. Already got the outside lawn done. I was out about before 8 a.m. People get started early down here, folks. There's lawn companies down here that are cranking at 7:30 a.m. I'm like, yeah, they are. If you're a late night person, probably liking that too much, but that is is how they do it down here because it gets hot early, right? So you want to get things done as quickly as you can before high noon, and everyone is like baking in the sun. Speaking of baking, Greg Angelo here with you on Planet One Radio on the YouTube channel. We appreciate you all for checking us out. So, a couple of shout outs that I have. One is with Chris Bushnell yesterday. We finished up our podcast, our video podcast yesterday, and that's up on the YouTube channel. It's also on my Facebook page right now, also the business Planet One business page. So Chris did a really good job. Great job. I got to work on the fact that I've got a microphone in my face, and I'm not really used to doing the podcast on video with the microphone. So I got to work on it, people. I got to work on it. It's called progress. All right. So the next one I do, I'm gonna probably have it over here to the side, or maybe I'll just use the regular microphone on the laptop. I don't know, but I do like the microphone system because I can also record it because the podcast that we did yesterday is also up on Buzzsprout, and that has a totally different theme to it because I've got an introduction, music introduction. I've got an music exit on that one as well, and you can check that one up as well. It's up on Apple Podcasts. It's on Amazon Music. It's on all of iHeartRadio and all that stuff. It's out there, so you can check it out. All you got to do is type in Planet One Radio, and you'll see it. All right. So what else is going on today? We are going to be starting a series after today talking about progression, transition, and dealing with pain. Dealing with pain, right? Something that I've been talking about recently. Some of you have been checking out my videos that I've done on that. And one of the focus is going to be about how much pain can you endure before you're able to make pain. And that is something that I've had to deal with myself. Maybe it's something that you're dealing with. Now, it could be pain that you're dealing with in many different ways. It could be mental pain. It could be physical pain. It could be emotional. It could be pain in your relationship. It could be pain at your job. I know many people are frustrated in their work, what they're doing. They're not happy, and yet they continue to go on and then just complain about it, right? And that's something that we do. We do this by nature. We just complain. It's like going to the complain store, right, and putting in our 50 cents or $1 or $5 and complain, and then we're going to walk away and feel better. It's just a temporary, it's just temporary, people. That's all it is. Later on, you're going to have those feelings again, feelings of frustration. Why didn't I make a change earlier? Why am I still in this situation? Why am I just dealing with this? Somebody help me. Can anybody help me? And a lot of times we don't reach out for help. We don't want to tell anybody what we're dealing with. We maybe tell close people who maybe they care, maybe they don't. There are people that you may even talk to who have no idea what you're dealing with or even care what you're going through. Maybe they're just a soundboard for you. To me, you might as well just talk in the mirror. If you're going to be talking to someone who just going to just absorb what you have to say and say thanks for your time and can't wait to get off the phone, then why are you doing it, right? There's what's the benefit of it other than you exhausting your words out to get them off your chest and get them out there to talk about it. So pain is really what it is that we all deal with. The question is going to be, as I've said, is how much pain are you going to deal with before you're going to actually make the change? And sometimes someone is just going to have to tell you that you're going to have to do it. And that's a tough one as well, right? I mean, you may get to the point where someone else is going to come to you and say, that's it. I've had enough. You're not the one who's willing to make the change. I'm going to have to be the one to do it. And then you're like, well, if I knew that was coming, if I knew that was a storm brewing in my direction, then maybe I should have said something earlier, because now I just wasted all this time keeping my mouth shut, or maybe just being passive about it. And now I'm in the situation where I have no choice. So I either got to, or I have to leave. Right. There are people that I know that I've worked around that were told, that this is probably not the best fit for you. And even though they've come to me and say, I don't really like what I'm doing, and I'm saying, if you don't like what you're doing, then you need to make a change. Otherwise, someone is going to make that change for you. And that's a tough one to swallow, right? You have to admit that that's tough. It's like going to your bank account, going to your ATM, and you haven't looked at it in a month. And then you find out that you have a lot less in there that you thought you had, right? We all do that. It's if we don't have a lot going in and more going out, we don't really want to see it, because we don't want to feel the pain of what it looks like. But eventually, unless you're putting something in the pot and all you're doing is taking out, it's going to evaporate. It's going to dry up, and then you're going to have to figure something out. Like, what do I do next? Right. So a lot of times that's when you make the change, is when we're forced to. And that may just be what it is. And sometimes we get to a point where the pain is so bad that that's really what it is. But do you really want to go that deep to either be forced to change, or struggling enough to where it's making you sick, making you depressed, withdrawing from everyone? And then finally someone says to you, I don't know what's going on with you, but you better do something about it. Because there's a lot of things that we hide, right? We don't tell other people what we're dealing with. The same thing, those of us who have gone through addiction, those of us who have gone through, that have been alcoholics, drinking, drugs. The last person that we tell is someone that we really care about, because they're probably going to tell us, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Like, I thought you weren't going to do this anymore. I thought you told me a month ago, 2 months ago, that you quit, that you stopped. When did this start again? Now you got to start answering all these questions. I'm in no better position than any of you and anyone else that's listening to this right now. I've been through all of that before. I've had to admit my wrongs. I've had to come clean on stuff that that I've been hiding, as far as with drinking and all of that. And a lot of times it's like, it's not until you get into trouble, or someone is pretty much going to tell you, you either change or you get out. Now, some of us are in a situation where we're on the other side of the fence, right? We're in relationships. It could be a job relationship. It could be a life relationship. It could be a marriage. And you're just waiting for the shoe to drop. And you're just waiting for the shoe to drop. It's like going through a momentary relief of something. Like, okay, I'm not feeling that much pain right now. I think I can endure it a little bit more, because I think it's going to get better. Just like the experience that I have gone through in the last week in dealing with my shingles, right? Even with those of you who have been sick, if you've had the flu, some of you have maybe gone through COVID, the pain that you have. Now, you may maybe there'll be an hour or two where it's excruciating pain. It's very difficult for you to deal with. You take something to alleviate the pain and you feel better. And so now you're thinking, I'm feeling much better now. I think I'm pretty much over it now. And then an hour or two later, the pain starts coming back. Right? It's like you may have a momentary amount of success, and then it falls off the cliff again. It's because it's a cycle. It's a cycle of repetition of something that you need to get out of and make the change. The most difficult thing is making the decision, coming to the conclusion that you have to do it. Because we just wait on time to do it for us. We wait on someone else to do it for us. It could be an attorney sending you a notice, and finally you're going to have to do something. It could be a phone call from a credit card company or something else, or maybe it's from a family member. I don't deal with those sort of things in my life with family issues, calling and things like that. But I deal with many things that you all deal with in making change. And what what is the right time? The time is now. This is the right time to do it. The time is just to take action. Now, is it going to be everything is just going to be totally resolved as soon as you say it and go forward with it? No, it's not. You have to have a process. That's what a transition is about. You have to put things in place slowly, work on each one, stepping forward, and not looking back to where you were. Right? Because if you want to take 2 steps forward and 5 steps back, you can go ahead and do that. We all do that. All right. That is my introduction. And I really want to hear from you people. I've said it before. I have it left open on my YouTube channel that you can make comments for it. You can tell me that I don't know anything I'm talking about. You're full of it, all that, or whatever it is. Or you could be telling me that this is something that you're dealing with and all that. That's what I like to hear, good or bad. We like to hear feedback. My podcast channel, Planet One Radio, is growing, not like probably some people out there who have thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of subscribers and all of that. That's fine. But we are moving, we are getting new people in, and you can go in down there and you can subscribe to it. I'm not going to say there's anything here that's going to be, revelation to you. I don't know. Maybe it will benefit you on a number of fronts, because some of this is what I do. The other thing is the podcasting. We have guests on, like Chris was on. I was on WPON yesterday at 5 o'clock. That was really cool. I talked to Martin Anthony up there, and we had conversations about a lot of different stuff. We talked about New York, the issues up in New York. We talked about people migrating out of New York. We talked about the many people coming down to North Carolina, especially in the Charlotte market. There's many people now that are moving down here. It's been like this for over 7, 8, 9 years now. A lot of people moving down here, a lot of development, a lot of growth, but the home prices here are not cheap, right? And I talked to Chris about that on yesterday on the podcast. You need to listen to that. Chris had some very, very sober words for you and people that are in the home buying process. Basically said buying a home is a luxury. That's pretty darn scary, people, right? When did that ever be a point where you had to be rich to buy a home? Is this where we are now in our society? We're going to have a lot of problems with people renting, can't afford rent, cannot get out of your rent space. We don't have management companies, especially large management companies, who are allowing tenants, leaseholders to get out of their lease situation and get in and buy the property after so many years. I know that is something that I would do. I would basically make it mandatory for large companies who buy investment properties and buy and hold them for rentals, to offer it to the tenant within 48, 24 months or 36 months, and then move them into buying the home. I mean, that's what you want. I mean, it's tough for people who are moving from property to property because their rent keeps going up and they can't afford it. Something's got to get done. And that's what change is about, right? And then I don't know yet where I'm going to be on that. I have some people who have spoken to me about in the next 2026 election, if I should run for an office position, if I should run for Congress. I've thought about it, people. I really have. I've spoken to some people about it, and it's something else that I have that I'm very passionate about. All right. The other thing that I'm going to be doing, we're going to be talking about this. This is another transition for you. You're all staying with me here now, folks. We're going through a lot of different things. I did talk about my next venture. I'm in the real estate business, people. I am a referral broker. Okay. North Carolina, South Carolina, but if you're in Florida, you're in Tennessee, you're in Virginia, you're in Texas, doesn't matter where you are. You could still be in Michigan. And if you're looking to move into another state, doesn't have to be here in Charlotte, it could be somewhere else, and you know me, and you say, Greg, I need to connect with an agent in another state, you can reach out to me. All right. And we can hook that up to you. And I don't make that decision for you. You've got to make that decision for yourself. I will refer maybe one or two, or there are people that I know that I will say, this is a solid person for you to go with. And you can interview them. All right. You can make that decision. I don't know if I'm going to get back on exclusively being back on a board and all of that stuff that you got to do. Right now, my heart is, I tell you, we'll see how it goes. The other thing that I'm going to be working on, which I'm very excited about, is landscaping. All right. I love landscaping, people. I love it. And I'm going to be joining Southern Turf Company. I pretty much joined them already, but I'm not going to be officially starting until after the 4th of July on July 7th. And there's going to be a onboarding and all of that. But my role is going to be not so much in residential, but also in commercial, right? We're dealing with apartment complexes, condominium complexes, schools, churches, sports fields, soccer fields, athletic fields, you name it. It doesn't really matter. You could have a retail space. I've seen retail spaces like restaurants or whatever it is, even up here in South End Charlotte, that have artificial grass in the front or in the back. I mean, why not, right? Why do you want to pay, to maintain lawn that, it's even if it's very small, you always got to keep working on it constantly. You always got to be going in there doing something with it. Why not do one time and get it over with? All right. So I'm just going to put this up there here for you so you can all see it, right? Southern Turf. I think it's one of the best companies. We're mostly in the South. We're not up in the North, at least right now, but that's where I'm going to be with. And we'll have some more information for you. You can, as my son Isaac says, that you can pause this and read it on your own. I like when he does that. That's kind of cool. So that's that information. And it's really kind of cool because they sent me I think I have 8 boxes of different types of artificial turf. Is there more than one? Apparently there is. And in what region you live in? I mean, I've got boxes that are marked for Charleston. I've got some that are marked for Florida. I've got some that are marked for in Texas. So there are different regions of the country who people are used to certain type of lawn, either with their thickness or whatever it is, and that's what they like. And this company offers you different varieties of different types of artificial lawn that you can have, right? That's kind of cool. I mean, it's just like the carpet, right? Do you want the shaggy stuff? Do you want the real thin stuff? Do you want the Berber? I mean, what do you want, right? It all depends, right? Some carpets go really well in basements that you wouldn't put, in a front room or in a bedroom and all of that. Same thing with tile or with flooring. Artificial turf works basically the same way. People, it is like a one and done situation. It always looks fine. And then the other point I made is that, if you've gone to the hardware store, if you've gone to Lowe's or Home Depot or anywhere else, and you look at the price of seed, if you looked at the price of weed and feed and all of that, man, I've seen some small bags that are running like 70, $80. I mean, if you've got a quarter of an acre or more than that, I mean, even if you've got an eighth of an acre, that's, you're talking about money, people, and it's just not a one-time deal. You got to do it every season. You got to water the lawn. You got to deal with, if you've got pets, you've got a company, again, using the word got, I got to get out of that. You may have pets that are digging up your lawn. There are pets that do that. There are dogs that love to dig. They love to dig. And you got to deal with that, right? It's like, oh, I just spent all this money on reseeding, and then you're upset and you talk to no more of that. No more digging in the yard, right? Or those brown spots from the dog's urine. And I dealt with that up in Michigan. My male chow in our lawn up in Michigan, we had beautiful lawn. I was maintaining it all the time, right? We had Kentucky bluegrass, was really, really nice stuff. And I was always dealing with it. And my male chow, would go out and urinate. That's what they do, and everything else. I would get these dead spots and brown spots, and then I would have to go out and get something that's going to have to deal with the enzymes in that and bring it all out. And I was spending money. I was having a company ship me stuff to make my lawn look nice all the time. And you don't have to do that, people. This is going to look nice all the time. Don't matter if it's winter, don't matter if it's summer, don't matter if it's fall, don't matter what's going on. How many times that you have an event at your home or party or graduation or whatever it may be? Maybe it's a birthday party, and you're like, man, I got to make sure the lawn looks good. I got to get those weeds out of there. When is it's I got to get out there and cut. I got to get edging. I got to pull some of this stuff out. I don't want my family and friends and anyone else coming over and looking down and go, man, what's going on with your lawn? Don't have to deal with that, right? You know that. It's not rocket science. The question is, when do you want to get it? That's really what it is, especially around pools. Even if you have upground pools, if you have an upground pool and you don't have a barrier, an exterior barrier with rocks or anything else, and you got to cut away your lawn, and you're still going to get weeds and stuff that's going to grow, unless you have you got a barrier beneath it. But if the artificial turf will look beautiful around your upground pool as well as your in-ground pool. We're not looking at it and you're just going around it, not thinking about it. You're going to have grass clippings in your pool and all that other stuff. So this eliminates all of that for you. All right. So I'll have all this up on my YouTube video for you on Planet One, and we can go from there. I think that's pretty much it. I'm pretty much exhausted everything that I probably want to say here this morning. We're going to be heading out to Myrtle Beach. Isaac and I will be hanging out for, we're going to be down there. We're going to be leaving earlier in the week, and we'll be coming to you in Myrtle Beach. I'll have the boy with me. We're going to have a lot of fun, and we'll talk to y'all soon. Greg Angelo, Planet One radio podcast. We'll talk to y'all soon. Have a great day. Take care.